I've been recording YouTube videos for 1 year, and in that time I learned so many lessons about procrastination. In this video, I want to compress that year's worth of knowledge into 1 week for you. Whenever I made my first ever video, my hands were shaking and my whole body was sweating. And by the way, you can look at the first video I ever made. It was awful. And yet, I still did it anyway. I was scared of what people thought of me, and I was just afraid. But it's okay to be afraid, but it's not okay to stay afraid. It's okay to feel like you don't want to do it, but it's never okay to let that hold you back from reaching your goals, your dreams. I felt fear, and yet I did it anyway. The way I did it, which is the first lesson, is that I just tried it out. It's like in a swimming pool, you gotta dip your toes a little bit before you dive right in. You dip your toes a little bit, try out the water, see if it's nice and warm, and then afterwards you can go head first and go into it. But all that matters is that you just try it out once. And I can promise you, you feel so afraid right now, but when you try it out and realize that nobody actually cares, you have my full permission to go in and devour your goal. The second lesson that I learned is that it's really easy to skip out on something if you don't have a reason for doing it. Whenever I first started making videos, I skipped a lot of days. You can even check my history. I would maybe upload one video a week, maybe. And it was because I didn't really realize why I was doing it. When I actually sat down and thought about why am I doing this, I had a sudden realization that I'm doing this for my future. I'm doing this so that in 5 years, I'm going to be thankful. I'm going to be grateful that I put in all of this work. And then all of a sudden, it's like everything clicked, and now I have no problem uploading every single day. And I want to give you a quote from Friedrich Nietzsche. He who has a why can bear almost any how. The third lesson that I learned is how important routine is. Again, when I started uploading maybe once a week, and it was because first of all, I didn't have a reason, which is what the last lesson was about, but then I didn't have a set time, I didn't have a set way of doing things. I would just have a general idea that, oh yeah, I just need to upload one video over the weekend. And guess what? Because I didn't have a set time and because I didn't have a routine around it, I skipped out on it more days than I didn't. Routine is so important. I've been uploading daily because of routine. I know exactly what I should be doing, exactly at what time, and then it's not a problem. Sure, you might feel like it's making you robotic, but really, robots get stuff done, right? There's a reason why so many industries are using robots, is because they actually get stuff done. You can use that same principle. You can act robotic in the thing you want to do. Sure, you don't want to be robotic, but you can act robotic, and then you'll get so much more done. The fourth lesson that I learned from it is to set a correct goal. I made a huge mistake earlier this year, or last year. I set a goal to get 1,000 subscribers by the end of December. And I didn't reach it, by the way. I was 45 off. But I was so bored of my goal that I almost quit. And the reason why I was so bored is because I set a results-based goal. Results-based goals is where you set the results, the end goal of something, as your goal. So you're setting something that's entirely out of your control as the thing you want to focus on. That's a huge mistake. And whenever you stop seeing a progress in a goal like that, that's when people quit. And I almost quit, but I changed just mid-course. I diverted it and I turned it into an action-based goal. An action-based goal is exactly what it sounds like. Your goal is the action that results in the result. Your action For me, it's recording videos, right? It's like a basketball game. Either you can go from, oh god damn it, I lost the game, to, yay, I played in practice today. Same people in the same situation, except one person's upset and the other person's happy. And sure, you might not quit, but you might as well like doing it, right? I don't want you to be bored and want to quit. And so you can just switch it around. You'll still get the result. It's not like you, by not focusing, right, you're not going to get it. You'll get it. And in fact, you'll probably even get it faster because you're focusing on consistency, not the result. Last but not least, the biggest lesson that I learned just recently actually is the value of enjoyment. Sure, I wasn't bored of my goal anymore because I was focused on just doing the action, but I didn't really like it. Only recently have I really started to get into it, and it feels like a flow state activity. A flow state is where your challenge is equal to your skill. And every time I make this video, I feel like it's challenging. It's challenging me to step up and do better every single time. That kind of enjoyment can't be beat. It goes from you feel like you have to do it to where you get to do it. Picture two people, right? John and Alex all go to the gym and they want to get big, look good. John has a routine. He has all the previous lessons down, but he doesn't really like it. He only does it just because of health reasons and he wants to look good. Meanwhile, Alex, he loves doing it. He loves the feeling of picking up a weight and putting it down. He's addicted to that feeling of being sore. And then imagine both of these people get sick and for a month they have to stay at home and they can't exercise. Who do you think is going to go back to the gym faster? John, who felt like he has to do it, or Alex, who loved doing it? Obviously Alex, right? And it's because he loves doing it. It's not a burden for him. It's an addition to his life. And so the easiest way to do this is to just think of ways where it would be fun for you. A great question to ask yourself, what would this look like if it were fun? I did this for my videos and I realized that I can get into it. I can be enthusiastic. I can actually express my personality instead of being a cold, robotic robot that just gives you random advice. I went from that and now I love making videos. As a quick recap, we covered getting over your fear, setting a reason why you want to do something, making a routine for yourself, setting an action-based goal, and liking it. All of these lessons took me a year to learn, and I honestly want you to just try to apply them, and I can promise you, in a week or two, you'll get the same results that I have gotten. You don't have to wait a year for this. You can go ahead and apply it. Even just one or two ideas you've gotten from this video would be an amazing first start. Progress is going to feel really slow. I found a quote recently which I think was really well applied here. Progress comes slower than you think, but faster than you could ever believe.